our good friend from the Voice of America, Sonny Young. Will be joining us live now. Sonny, okay, that's it. Sonny, I had my ball last night. Where were you? Good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Austin. I love that suit you're wearing tonight and the tie. You look very sharp, Austin.
All righty. Okay, but once I take your attire, the other time I said we'll drop Otumba and you are now Ogbeni Sonny Young. But once I take off that attire, you're Mr. Sonny Young. So let me leave yours. Sonny, good to have you on the show. I'm super excited that Nigeria broke that terrible jinx of not winning the AfroBasket Championship. How did you receive the news?
Well, Austin, when we spoke last week, I said the Tigers look really good in Tunisia. They played very well in their group matches, and I thought they could definitely medal in Tunisia. Now, winning the championship, I wasn't quite sure about that, Austin, but they played great, and I think they were deserving champions. They beat Angola, one of the powerhouses in African men's basketball, in the title game. I did take a look at the roster for the Tigers, Austin, and looked like a few of those players were born right here in the USA.
so you're trying to say we tapped into the U.S. resources. It's okay. We're brothers, Sonny. But, Sonny, what do you think this can do for the development of basketball in Nigeria?
I think it's a great boost for basketball in Nigeria and Africa, for that matter. As you know, Austin, they get an automatic berth to next year's Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, and that in and of itself is great exposure to play in the Olympic men's basketball tournament. And Nigeria has produced some great basketball players, the greatest, Akeem Olajuwon, and I see more players. Maybe I know soccer or football dominates in Nigeria and Africa, but I can see more players picking up the basketball now and maybe trying to improve their skills based on the performance of the Tigers.
I totally agree with you, Sonny. Put Chamberlain Oguchi in that list. It's coming up now to maybe meet up with Akeem Olajuwon, particularly with the Chamberlain Oguchi salute. You should learn it, Sonny. It's the fever in town now. Okay, you met with Lil Gang today, Sonny.
Yeah, that was a real thrill for me, Austin. He stopped by our Voice of America headquarters promoting this South Sudan initiative. He was born in South Sudan, and he does a lot for that country. And he talked with me about playing in Africa in the first NBA game. It was an exhibition game played in Johannesburg. But he was really excited about that, Austin. He said the players had a great reception. And we were talking about boosting the exposure of the game. He said he thinks that game in and of itself will do a lot to promote basketball in Africa. And Deng is just a really good guy, very humble, and looking forward to the upcoming season with the Miami Heat. I think this will be his 13th season in the NBA, wow. And he's a two-time NBA All-Star. Great guy. It was really nice to meet him.
Sonny, did he tell you some of the ways we can develop basketball in Africa?
Well, I think, one of the ways, I think maybe pour a little more money into the game. I think right now, a lot of the funds by the various sports ministries in Africa probably go towards football or soccer, but, maybe conduct more clinics in Africa. Deng mentioned going back to Africa during the off-season, the NBA's off-season. He says he typically spends his summers and off-seasons in Africa conducting clinics, trying to teach children the game of basketball. So that's one way. And, so I see the game improving on the continent.
Sonny, let's talk some tennis now. Everybody, including you, looking forward to see what Serena Williams will do at the U.S. Open. I think we're putting too much pressure on Serena.
I think right now, Austin, I think Serena welcomes the pressure of trying to get that Serena Slam in New York City. I see her biggest opponent being herself at Flushing Meadows. I don't see any women's player out there who can beat her at this point. Sharapova dropped out right before the tournament started with an injury. But, I see Serena getting that calendar year Grand Slam. And she gets my vote as the greatest women's player of all time. I know if she does win in New York, she'll equal Steffi Graf with 22 Grand Slam singles titles. Margaret Court with 24. It's tough to compare players from different eras, but Serena is by far the best women's player I've seen over the past 20 years.
Serena, she's so admirable, Sonny. What's a major quality?
She's one of the most powerful, strong women's players I've ever seen, Austin. She's not a young player anymore. I think she's 33. She'll turn 34 next month. Conditioning is really key to her game right now. I think she's really loving the game right now. She's got a passion for the sport, whereas before maybe she dabbled in fashion and some of her other hobbies or interests. But now I think she really wants to cement her status in the record books, the tennis record books, as the greatest player. And this tournament in New York is, I think this is one way she's trying to do that.
Before I let you go, Sonny, for the men, where are you putting your money?
I like the way Roger Federer is playing right now, Austin. I'm going to go with either Federer or Djokovic to win the men's title in New York.
You don't think Wawrinka can cause an upset?
I don't know. I mean, I'm basing it basically on the way Federer played before New York. He's been playing really well. He looks sharp right now. Djokovic won on, I guess it was Wednesday night, and Djokovic looked really good also. They've both been just steamrolling their opponents.
Thank you so much, Sonny, for speaking to us tonight.
Thank you,
Come on,
Austin.
pass me the ball. Pass me the ball, Sonny. Pass me the ball. All righty, thank you so much.